Let's get right into this review for Jurassic World Rebirth. Alright, so Jurassic World Rebirth is directed by Gareth Edwards, who worked on other notable films like The Creator and Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. There's already been 6 previous films before Jurassic World Rebirth, and I was intrigued enough by the previews and the people involved in this project to see which creative direction they were willing to go for this 7th installment. Now that I've seen this film, what did I think about the cinematic package here? It was just okay. I didn't love it or hate it. Quite frankly, the film can be a serviceable popcorn flick. I think it really depends on how new you are to this franchise, or perhaps if you're just a hardcore Jurassic fan. I personally just thought there were too many aspects in regards to the characters, storyline progression, and pivotal plot point moments that just felt either too bare bones or B tier, maybe even C tier at best in its execution. A lot of what you see in Jurassic World Rebirth sort of feels exactly the same to aspects of its predecessors if you've already witnessed several of the other films that came before. And somewhere towards the end point of Act 2 during my screening with this film is when I realized there wasn't going to be anything original, innovative, or any additional excitement conjuring up in the climax of this story to keep me captivated in a positive light. The cinematic experience indeed was on a slow and steady decline for me, as the narrative felt too predictable and it truly wasn't anything we haven't seen before in the past installments, so there really wasn't much in the story to create a sense of originality or some sort of cemented standing to justify Rebirth's creation. And from a narrative standpoint, I'm fully aware that most visual storytelling out there are recycled elements of ideas and that nothing is ever truly original. But if you're already 7 films into a franchise, I think it just becomes that much harder and more apparent during the screening of these newer installments that things are starting to feel a bit generic or samey in a bad way, as there's less room to create an illusion of originality with a sequel to an already formulated world with all of its lore. But yeah, still kudos to the entire production team who worked on this project. I know there's a ton of effort that goes into these films, especially with the special effects and grand scenarios. I do think the visuals are top notch here, so you'll still be immersed into this fictional, violent world of dinosaurs. Also, the actors did a solid enough job with their characters from what they were given to work with in this B-tier story. And again, this is still a perfectly serviceable summer popcorn flick that's already doing pretty darn well in the box office. I wouldn't necessarily say my time was wasted watching this, but I can't wholeheartedly say that this new installment is a fresh high point for the Jurassic World franchise. My final score for Jurassic World Rebirth is 6 out of 10. This was an alright one-time watch experience for me. I think it's going to be 50-50 in terms of the viewing experience amongst the viewers. If you're already new to expect a dumb, borderline average fun time with this popcorn flick that doesn't strive to be more, it should be a decent cinematic experience. But if you're going into this hopeful and expecting a fresh, clean slate to take this Jurassic World series even further for the upcoming years or so, I think you'll end up disappointed like me. Anyways, thanks for checking this movie review out. I have more reviews coming out this week, so stay tuned. It's summer, so there's a lot more anticipated films dropping out back to back. So I hope to see you in my future uploads. Like and subscribe, and as always, stay safe out there, and until next time, peace.